going to be about So now let me start off with a brief introduction and functions to steroid hormones. So as we know, steroid hormone is a lipid molecule because it is hydrophobic and it is insoluble in water. Thus, it is also a four-fused carbon ring atom. And most of the steroid hormones are produced by endocrine glands such as your gonads, which consists of testes and ovaries, your adrenal glands, and also your placental unit. And the most common type of steroid hormone is cholesterol. And cholesterol is known to be the most common type of steroid because it helps in your fluidity of your plasma membrane. So now we will look at the functions of steroid hormones. There's like about 1, 2, 3, 4 and many more. So the first one is like it serves as a communication key because steroid hormones are chemical messengers. Second, it plays a role in your physiology and behavioral responses. Example, your reproduction. Means it will help in your secondary sexual maturation, and also it helps in your carbohydrate regulation followed by electrolyte balance. Today's video is going to be a bit different because we have other friends of mine joining us to give you all more information about steroid hormones. So let's check them out in the next scene. They are
Hi, my name is Carrie.
Hi, my name is Shanti.
Hi, I'm Naga.
And hi, I'm Rina.
Steroid hormones are hormones that derive from cholesterol. Biology is a subject that we will learn about life science and living organisms, while chemistry is a subject that we will learn about scientific discipline that involve elements and compounds. Biochemistry is a combination of these two, and we will learn about the chemical process that happens in living organism or in our body.
So this is a general structure that shows how cholesterol are converted into steroid. Cholesterol will be first converted into progesterone and further converted into testosterone, cortisol and aldosterone. And then testosterone will be once again be converted into estradiol, while cortisol will be converted into cortisone.
Assalamualaikum and hi. I'm going to proceed to the types of steroid hormone. There are 5 types of steroid hormone, which is aldosterone, cortisol, progesterone, estrogen, testosterone. For the first types of steroid hormone is adrenal gland hormone, which is aldosterone. This is the chemical structure and the chemical formula is C21H28 and O5. Aldosterone is a mineral corticoid, acts on the kidney promoting the absorption of sodium and water. Aldosterone also aids in blood pressure regulation by raising blood volume and blood pressure. The second adrenal gland hormone is cortisol. You can see here the chemical structure and the chemical formula is C21H30 and O5. For cortisol is a glucocorticoid. Aids in metabolism regulation by stimulating the production of glucose from non-carbohydrate sources in the liver. We proceed to gonad hormones. The first one is testosterone. As usual, the chemical structure and the chemical formula is C19H28 and O2. Testosterone is a male sex hormone. It produces by the testes in small amount in the female ovaries. Testosterone is responsible for the development of male reproductive system and male secondary sex characteristics. Second type of gonad hormones is progesterone. Chemical structure and the chemical formula is C21H30O2. Progesterone is a female sex hormone produced in the ovaries and important for the production and maintenance of the uterine lining during pregnancy. Estrogen and progesterone level also regulate the menstrual cycle. The last one of gonad hormone is estrogen. Chemical structure and chemical formula is C18H page 24 or 2. For estrogen, also a female sex hormone produced in the ovaries. They promote development of female sex characteristic and skeletal growth.
Hi, I'm going to talk about the synthesis of steroid hormone. As we know, steroid hormone found in the blood which bind to specific carrier protein with the help of two kinds of binding globulin, which is sex hormone binding globulin and also corticosteroid binding globulin. As we know, steroid hormone are non-polar molecules that are synthesized from cholesterol. The cholesterol having 4-membered hydrocarbon 4 rings. So that the steroid hormone are synthesized from that 4 ring of structure. It's easy to bind to the receptor. As we know, gonads or sex hormone and also adrenal gland are the two main sources of steroid hormones. And also, the sex hormone produce several types of hormone. For example, estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. And while adrenal gland produce aldosterone and cortisol, and also few active sex hormones. As we know, aldosterone involved in regulation of sodium reabsorption in kidney, while cortisol involved in metabolism. So, we can conclude that steroid hormone can transfer into hydrophobic interior membrane, so that it applies for both plasma and nuclear membrane, so that steroid hormone can have receptors inside the cytoplasm and nucleoplasm. That's all for now. Thank you.
Steroid hormones are hard to pass across the plasma membrane into a cell. So, do you ever wonder how steroid hormones are getting transported into a cell? There are 3 types. First, the classical model. Second, the receptor-mediated endocytosis. Third, the signaling through cell surface receptors.
Hi, I'm Weena and I will be explaining about the mechanism of steroid hormones.
Steroid hormones are not water-soluble. They travel in the blood attached to protein carriers. When steroid hormones arrive at target cells, they dissociate from protein carriers and pass through plasma membrane through simple diffusion. Now, the hormone receptor complex enters the nucleus, and the hormone receptor complex binds to a specific region of DNA, which is called the hormone response elements. The binding of hormone receptor complex affects transcription. Thus, mRNA is produced and codes for synthesis of specific proteins.
To the end part of our video. Please stay tuned to the next one. Signing off. Bye.
Bye! Before that, thank you for watching our video.
Give our video a big thumbs up.
Please hit subscribe and don't forget to share the video.
The link is below.